A gang member who shot and killed a 19-year-old college student during a street brawl in Bonita appeared today in court for sentencing. Welcome back. I'm Jesse Pagan, in for Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. Family members of the victim were not happy. News 8's David Goffredson explains why the gunman could be paroled in 5 years.
She was a college student. She had her whole life ahead of her.
Family members of 19-year-old Janessa Del Valle spoke in Chula Vista court Friday, coming face-to-face with Giovanny Rodriguez, the 21-year-old gang member who shot and killed her on the 4th of July in 2020 in Bonita. The victim's stepmother spoke first.
It's hard to explain to a 12-year-old after their sister gets murdered that they arrested somebody and that they'll be out pretty soon. How do you explain that to a 12-year-old?
Originally charged with murder, use of a firearm, and gang enhancements, Rodriguez was facing 50 years to life in prison, but he agreed to a plea deal in advance of a preliminary hearing. The stipulated sentence, 10 years in prison. He could be paroled in 5. That did not sit well with the victim's father.
I'm not okay with this. If you get sentenced to 10 years, do the whole 10 years, because I'm not okay with you being home in 5.
The shooting happened in the 5100 block of Cedarwood Road after a group of teenage girls started bullying each other on social media and then met up in person. The 19-year-old victim stabbed a 14-year-old girl in the neck before the defendant pulled out a gun and shot her, according to the defense attorney representing Rodriguez. That stabbing incident was a major factor in the plea deal that resulted in the murder charges being reduced to voluntary manslaughter.
I pray God has mercy on your soul, and just because we feel justice is not being served, doesn't mean that it won't be.
That 14-year-old stabbing victim survived the attack. Rodriguez will have to register as a gang offender when he gets out of prison. Carlo?
David, what kind of criminal history did the defendant have before this shooting incident?
His public defender says he only had a misdemeanor conviction before this incident, another factor in his relatively light sentence.
And tragedy all around here. David Goffredson reporting live. Thanks, David.